Who are these people?
Exactly. Who the fuck are these people? Welcome to the show that's replacing How Did We Miss That tonight, called What the Fuck Are We Talking About? With your host, Jimmy Sunderland. Jimmy Sunderland, Noli D, Colin Radix, Jesse Jett, and I'm your host, Dick Clark. So, what the fuck are we talking about? That's your show that the kids are talking about in alleys.
You know what we should do? We've talked about doing like a Hollywood Squares thing before.
Yeah.
Literally, he said Hollywood Squares right when I hopped in. That's now we have to. That's set in stone now.
Okay, in order to do a Hollywood Squares, you have to have 9 the celebrities, the squares, right? Mm-hmm. You have 2 contestants, and then you have to have a host. So that's 12 people on a Zoom chat, and I think we could totally do that. Now we just have to find the participants.
Can I be Martin Mull?
You want to be Martin Mull? I thought you would be Paul Lynn. I thought you were going to be center square, like, how Sammy, everybody wants to be the center square. Wait, what? Les Bones in the chat.
On, goddamn.
We got we're on Rockfin too. So we're on Rockfin, we're on YouTube. I think we're on like everything except Rumble. I think
what channel?
Everyone.
Oh, we're on the INN channel. We're on the Lactating Man channel. So if you can find that on YouTube.
We did it. It's officially an in joke, y'all. 10 minutes in, we solidified it.
Lord knows y'all don't want to know what we were talking about before this show went live. I'm going to tell you that right now. Praise Jesus. Them mics were not hot. Okay. We got Fred Edward on Rockfin. What's up, Fred? Good to see you. So yeah, Indy and Reef we're supposed to do How Did We Miss That at this time, and then they said they didn't have the stuff ready for it, so they weren't going to do a show tonight. So we jumped in and said, you know what? As Spanky from the Little Rascals said, the show must go on. And here we are. We have a show for you tonight. I don't know what kind of show, but all of us independent news network nice people decided to get together and just basically have random conversations tonight. So, you know, it's a good time. So feel free in the chat. You want to help us out, you know, if you want to ask any of these fine folks questions, be sure to do so. As long as it doesn't have to do with lactating men. I will end this. I will turn this car around right now. Because I'm feeling a little weird about it. So I'm just jealous because I can't lactate. That's basically
yet. You can't lactate yet. Never give up hope, Warren.
I'm gonna get pumps. I'm gonna get some pumps.
Anything is possible. Okay.
I'm gonna try and save money on
you gotta have
breakfast cereal milk.
You gotta have drive. You gotta have Bazans. That's it.
Colin, you seem to be the most rational one here. What do you want to talk about, sir? Do you have anything on your mind?
I have no idea.
Are you just
don't
bored?
ask me.
Everybody showed up because
more than enough for me to be here. Like, I'm here to be on board. So
well, yeah. I mean, now that you're here, you're not bored. I'm just saying. Obviously, none of us had anything. None of us had anything better to do tonight. Mm-hmm. Than to be here with each other. So, but now that
people
we're
in chat, what should we talk about? Tell us.
Wait, what? What'd you say, Noli?
People in the chat.
Oh, that's not true. I have way better things to do, but I like you said, you like pity every once in a while, so I thought I'd give you a pity pop, you know?
Oh, so Noli comes down from the mountain to see the peons. Very nice. That's very regal. That's very regal of you, Noli. Queen Noli.
Mighty, huh? I love you.
I love all of you.
If we weren't doing this, I would be playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 for the Nintendo GameCube, which celebrated its 21st birthday recently.
Nintendo
I love a classic.
GameCube.
What can I say?
That's a nice name drop there, Camp David.
I get a little bit of that sweet GameCube money every time I mention it in the stream. This is the first time.
Shadowban Refugee in the chat says, I got a stack of singles for War Deer pants. Yo, start stripping and showing his lactation capacity. I don't know. I don't know how much I could fill up. I don't think I could fill up a thimble.
Lactation Capacity is a great band name.
It would. It'd be perfect. I love it.
Live at the Civic Center, Lactation Capacity with special guest Crocus. Tickets on sale now where your mom works. Nobody knows
question.
Crocus. Yes, sir.
On the YouTube chat.
Okay.
It's political, so we're going into that already.
All right.
Question is from
out of the lactation
K
fire.
0003. What up, Crab? What is everyone's opinion on getting a viable third party to challenge the Repubs and Dems?
I thought that they weren't allowing third parties to run anymore. That's what I heard last.
Mm-hmm. In a perfect world, it would be nice. I feel like we're past the point that a third party can go in and do what it's supposed to do on paper. We're up against too rigged of a system to enter in with any kind of electoral solution. That's just
also, there's no fucking time. I'm not gonna wait until like 2052 for like third party to go up.
God damn it, Crab! You're so fucking impatient. All right, put on your patient pants.
It's only
what the fuck's
30
wrong
years,
with
Greg.
you? Jesus, Greg, Debbie Downer much?
Price to pay for democracy, Greg.
Incremental change. Incremental change. When do we want it?
Sometime in the future.
When you get around to it.
Jimmy, what do you think? What do you think about third parties?
I mean, in a perfect world, if we can all rally around one single third party viable option, that's great. But, you know, we all have our own opinions and perspectives. So, like for me, if Vermin Supreme runs again, of course I'm going to vote for him. But it's not like everybody likes Vermin Supreme. So,
I mean, he does have that fancy boot on his head. So
he does.
I mean, how can you not love Boothead?
Exactly.
Colin, what are your thoughts
on a viable? I think it can happen if people want it to happen.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the problem is we're just so mesmerized with the idea of you have to vote Democrat or you have to vote Republican that people can't see, or it's hard for them to kind of gauge the idea like there can be another option, but people have to force it to happen.
Wait, but hold on, Colin. Why are you letting the Republicans win? I don't understand. Why are you throwing your vote away?
Well, exactly for shit like that. And I think, yeah, but there's a lot of shame. I think in regards to voting, and I think if you vote outside of the norm, that people are going to shame you for that, and then people don't want to necessarily deal with that. But I think at this point we have to just say fuck it, you know, like either for people to make that happen. Yeah, I just feel like people have to make that happen at some point. But I don't think in this country we're desperate enough to make the will to make that call for ourselves that we want better. So I don't know. That's my opinion on that.
I'll say I don't know. I've been of this mindset for a long time. Maybe I'm just jaded or something, but I don't think we should have any political parties at this point. I mean, I understood in the past what political parties were good for, you know, to get like-minded candidates together in order to like fundraise and stuff like that. But now you don't need that stuff. I mean, you can use social media to fundraise and to get the word out to a lot more people than you can with like cable and you know, terrestrial TV and stuff like that. Although you can still get a lot out to a lot of people that way. But everybody's really looking towards the internet now for their information. So that's, you know, why independent news is so important in this space. So why not have just independent candidates as well doing their thing, and where they're not beholden to any party. They don't have to toe any party line or go by any party platform that they don't believe in. they can tell the voters individually, look, this is what I think, people have told me what they want, and this is what I think I, as a candidate for office, can do. And that being said, even with electoral politics today, I think the most difference that's going to be made is through direct action and mutual aid and the masses coming together. We just have to break the gridlock of all the propaganda that's out there that's keeping a lot of people underwater and not knowing the truth of that sort of thing. But, that's just kind of where I'm at, and I'm old and jaded and I can't lactate. So I'm bitter about that too. It all goes back to that. It just circles back to no milk for daddy.
No for daddy.
No milk for daddy. The Borg. You don't want to mess with me, Borg. I'm Sean Luke. I'm on the Enterprise. On Rockfin says I always toss votes to libertarians. Now, what do y'all think about the Libertarian Party? I mean, when I was growing up, Libertarian Party was like a bunch of wackadoodles, and not a lot of people really paid them much attention, that sort of thing. But nowadays, it seems like they've kind of evolved a little bit. But I don't know. What are y'all thoughts on that, on the Libertarians?
I think all parties are bullshit.
I'm the complete opposite. I used to be a libertarian when I first started voting, and now they're just, I mean, they're cool. Some of them are cool, but they're like weed smoking Republicans now. So
They're like Republican light.
Yeah.
They're like the kooky version
Basically.
of the Green Party.
Yeah.
It's all electoralism. It doesn't work. It's not anything.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Once they get
Yeti
elected into
Jesus.
office, they even if they had started out with well intentions, those intentions fall by the wayside as soon as they sell out, and as soon as they get elected, they sell out. So you can't tell me any different. That's how I feel about it, and there's no way you're gonna change me. Change my mind. You try, it ain't gonna happen.
But they've never
Yeah.
I have no
proved
faith.
otherwise. So
Yeah, we have a Canadian in our midst, so
What? Where?
So everybody,
Get
put your pants back on. We have a Canadian in the house. Yeti,
Oh man.
hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing? And everyone else?
You look very nice. You look very
Well,
kempt.
thank you.
Yes. What do you think about
I
libertarians?
combed my beard.
You did?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Ooh la la.
Did you find any loose change in there while you're at it? Any,
No, but I did find a midget and a pigeon
Any,
and a penguin. So
Any
I had to release the penguin though.
hitchhikers?
Yeah.
What's the Libertarian Party like in Canada, Yeti? What are they any different than the Americans, or what do you think?
I don't actually know. I don't really follow like political parties very often. I'm more of the you're all garbage. Start doing your job better kind of.
That one.
I don't think Canada has a libertarian party.
Yeah, I don't. We probably do somewheres. There's probably some dude in like his garage with 3 other guys.
Right.
We're the
it's probably
libertarians.
Yeah, it's just probably
Spread
not
on us.
named the Libertarian Party. Is probably something else named. Yeah.
It's like 4 moose that hang out in the Northern Territory that just kind of smoke cigarettes and complain about shit.
Yep.
Kind of a thing.
Man,
They've all got like
moose are
active landmines on their
huge.
property.
Fucking
You ever
humans.
seen a moose in real life? They're
Moose.
massive.
They are.
Yeah.
They're gargantuan.
They usually hang out with flying squirrels, is from what I've been told. Sorry.
Do they respond to Bullwinkle?
That's not true. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Nobody ever hangs out with me. Well, I mean, I have a cousin. I hate starting stories like that. Like, I got a cousin who's libertarian, and he's like, okay, so it's like, this is the conversation I get with libertarians. You get the good half first, and then you get to suck at the end, because the good half is like, yeah, I think people should do whatever they want to with their body. Yeah, I think pot should be legal. I think freedom this, freedom that. Oh, okay. What about capitalism? Oh, I love capitalism. Oh, I'll do two of them. So my cousin says he thinks all roads should be privatized. Like, everybody owns a road, And it's like, you want to drive down that road? Yeah, I know, right? And you got to pay a toll. I said, dude, you got to pay a toll on every road you drive down. I said, what about like the ambulances, like fire trucks? What about them? They're like, got to pay a toll. Got to pay a toll. It's my road. Got to pay a toll.
So libertarians just want to pay to be alive? Is that their goal? To just shell out money for as long as possible?
I don't get it. I really don't
small
get it.
government. The smaller the government, the better. So the answer to that is privatizing everything, giving the people ownership of all land.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that leaves even more room for people to abuse it, though, and like here in Washington, it used to be that all of our login roads were kept open year round so that people could use the public land. Now you have to pay like Black Diamond or Rainier $350 a year in order to have one vehicle or own one vehicle with a sticker on it to go out there. And then most of them are gated anyway, so you still can't get out there. And so it's closing off public lands from the people who are supposedly own it. It's fucking bullshit.
Well, it's the same thing with like Nestle and water. There's like tribes that can't even use the water that's on their land. It's like, no, I know it's just flowing through there, but you can't have it.
Right?
We bought it.
It'll be fine.
Off from someone who stole the land. So, this is completely legal.
I think it's bullshit that water is not free to everybody. Paying for water is the one. That's the stupidest thing, because you need water to live.
It would
right?
only cost $10 billion to bring every single person in the world fresh, clean water for the next 2,000 years.
Yeah.
I've always
I'll
thought
write a
That
check.
don't mess with your head.
like,
And
we,
20
like,
billion to solve homelessness in America. But where's the money go? Where does the money go? Right?
We just have to send all the billionaires and politicians back to kindergarten so they can learn how to share again.
Screw that. Send them to
No,
Gitmo.
I really think we should just put them on a guillotine, middle of town square. I'm half serious. I'm
trying to say kindergarten to be politically correct and not get us banned.
Kindergarten is a euphemism for the guillotine, Greg. Read your memo before we start a meeting.
sorry.
If I ever reference children's schooling, just mean murder. What?
Yeah, we're not trying to be openly violent here.
Billionaires.
There's the Three-Letter Club is
Am
listening
I not
to
allowed
us
to
as we
advocate
speak.
for violence?
Well, the Three-Letter
I'm just
Club
saying,
is
we should
listening
set up
to us, so
A
know.
guillotine
Yeah,
review board
by
and
advocating for
assess our assess the I don't know what the word is, so I'm just gonna stop.
That's
you
why
wanna
he said
use-
it's only half serious. It's not legally binding.
Don't say go out in the streets and burn shit down. Just
Right.
violence. Don't say that violence is good, because it's definitely not good.
Mhm.
Violence.
you want to use code so that you can get around the censors, right? So instead of
Violence
saying
is never the answer.
guillotines,
I'm
it
not
is the answer.
saying
You just
kill
got to
the
use code
president.
for it. So
I'm just saying, don't say kill the president.
if you, instead of saying guillotine, say swing sets with razor blades. Instead of saying burn the fucker down, just say matches. Oopsie. You just gotta be a little clever with the jingo. You know what I mean? You just got, you gotta finesse it to where Johnny Law doesn't bring the hammer down, and
We
then
just
you're
have to
somebody's
oopsie
bitch.
ourselves into better. Damn it, I can't think today.
The goal is to stay out of jail and not be someone's bitch. I'm just saying that right now. Okay, that's like one of the main goals. No bitchhood. Okay.
Kind of a standing rule.
Jail is not that bad.
Well,
Jail's
I'm not
pretty
saying
bad. I
jail.
don't know
I'm
if
talking about the
jail.
bitch part in jail.
I would not thrive in a prison environment.
No, I'm too pretty.
Yeah,
There you are.
Yeah.
We
You
are
sure
way too
are.
pretty to be in jail.
Like,
Touche, touche.
having
Jens
anything
is
on your
definitely
record
different.
is like a bitch and a half.
I'm gonna
It's
tell you,
not
we got
worth
some pretty motherfuckers on this panel. So
Look at this.
Right
Look at
on.
this guy. You really think
Yeah.
about
Got Post Malone. We have
everybody's gonna have to get teardrops for everybody they capped in prison. Be a lot
I'm
of
just gonna get a
crying.
cheer. I'm gonna get a teardrop chin strap all around.
nice.
That'd be super cool. I'm
Tear
bringing
beard.
everything back.
Tears for beards.
Yeah.
Tears for beers. I remember that group from the 80s.
I still got it.
Yeah. Tears for Beards, yeah. Everybody is a prison bitch. All right, we're getting off topic, and I don't even know what the topic is.
How could we be
Well, we're
off
definitely
topic
off
when we
limits.
don't have one?
That's what Rando Roundtable's all about. What the fuck are we talking about? Beats me.
There's a test at the end of the show. What was talked about?
We got it from libertarians.
Half this panel is
That helps.
stoners, though. They're not even gonna remember what we talked about 2 minutes from now. It's fucking
Thank
the title
you.
of the show.
Thank
Totally
you.
here. I'm ready.
In my defense,
Hell, but
mine
by
is
the,
legitimate brain problems. Thank you.
by the end of the show, some of these people are gonna be like, "What the fuck I get here? What is this shit? Where are my pants? What the fuck happened?"
You're
Exactly.
supposed to wear pants?
What? No, no. This is a pants optional stream.
I-
Thank goodness. So,
Can I make a
Um,
confession to you? I mean, we're all family here.
please.
I can't do a stream unless I'm like fully dressed, including shoes. I've tried the like pajama bottoms one night, couldn't fucking do it. I have to feel like I'm out in public. It's so bizarre, but I literally the last thing I do is always like go put my shoes on. And my wife's like, you're going to the basement. I was like, I know, I gotta get ready. It's stream time, you know, it's just a mindset thing. So at every single stream, I will have shoes on. I
Are you
promise.
serious?
I don't even know you anymore. This is
Yeah.
I even
just-
wear shoes and socks outside. Never mind a stream.
Well, he is at Camp David, so he has to have some modicum
have some-
of fashion.
There is some
You gotta,
reverence.
Diplomats
you gotta be
coming
able to
through.
run at any moment.
There's a
too.
little pomp and circumstance to be had there. You get it.
Hey, we got Marcus from Political Matrix in the chat. Hello,
nice.
everyone. Hope all is well.
Hello, Marcus.
Great show last night with Chris on the Political Matrix. He always has a great show on Saturday nights. I think he invited me to be on there next week, so next week's show's not going to be that good. Just giving you a heads up. Just saying.
Don't watch.
You know, well, don't watch me. Just cover one eye and just kind of squint with the other, and you should be okay. So I mean, what? So we've got a lot of brain power here. Let's figure this out. So how can we get people out of the propaganda funk, right? How can we wake people up legitimately, right? I mean, what are strategies that we can do to wake people up? And
You have to
'cause there are
break
a
it
lot of
down to like the dumbest possible points. Like break it down into like the simplest form so that they can no longer ignore it as much as they want to. Like you just have to basically get it through their head to the point that they can't deny it. And then eventually they're either going to self-implode or figure it out.
I've always said
I-
I think Americans are simply too fat and stupid for revolution, but that's just me.
Don't call me fat.
We're all Americans here. We're all fat, so it's okay.
Okay.
Only you're PHAT.
I'm
fat.
American by naturalization,
Ew.
but I wasn't born in this country, so I'll say that.
I'm not even in the country. So
I'm in space, so you know
no rules
we
in
have
space.
we have no oxygen up here. So if I go outside, I'll die. So well, I mean, let's take an example like what Sri Lanka's doing, right? You saw the video of Sri Lankans just storming the presidential palace. Thousands of them. They even got in the swimming pool. They were like, "Woo!"
I was gonna say they're chilling in the pool. They're having great. This sounds like fun. I want to go
Yeah.
over there.
You know the White House has got to have a massive pool in there somewhere.
No,
Oh, they gotta. They
would
don't.
you want to swim in that
Indoor-
pool?
Not
I
in
know they
Yeah.
did.
I didn't say I was going to swim in it.
You don't
I
think the
just
White
said
House
there
has
was
an indoor
going to be
pool?
one.
That pool hadn't
LBJ
been
skinny
cleaned.
The
dip
blood of
somewhere,
children.
right?
Last time that pool was clean was before Kennedy, because once Kennedy got in there, like the grotto,
Because
there at the
LBJ
Playboy
used to
Mansion.
skinny dip while he tried to like
Oh.
dictate a memo, and people had to just stand there while he was just floating around out there for everyone.
Hey, make sure you get my balls out of this pool, all right? I'm the goddamn president around. You drag these balls out of this pool, I'm the goddamn president.
For
No, I
what
don't
it's
think they have a
worth,
pool.
from purely from like a character study standpoint, LBJ is my favorite American president. 'Cause the dude, I mean, literally, well, I won't get into a whole LBJ thing, but just a fascinating fucking, like, got handed just the biggest shit show of a war and did what his generals said was a good idea to end it quickly. And turns out generals will lie to you to fucking mire you down into a longer war.
Yeah. Turns out generals like war.
Mhm.
It's like they get paid for it or something.
Right?
That's so
Well, I
strange.
mean, this whole the Sri Lanka thing was been building up for weeks. I mean, you saw the videos too of people pushing people's cars into the river. I mean, they weren't fucking around. They said,
Yeah, there
this-
was a couple weeks ago. There was that big chase scene where they were chasing a politician down the road.
Yeah.
You guys think government like co-opted? I've been hearing a little bit about that.
Yeah. That's
I
what
think
I'm
there's
hearing too.
probably some of it too, but I think there might be some very genuine numbers too, because that was a lot of people. That's a lot of people to be paying.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, well, if
And
you
with-
pay off
and
the
all our
right
money's going to
leaders,
Nazis, so
I mean, you just
got to
got to pay off the right
follow.
leaders, and then the
Right.
rest will follow. You know, but
Mhm.
still, I mean, yeah, there's
you know-
there's a lot of questions.
But you
Yeah,
know
come
what?
on.
Who's
I
co-opted?
think
Who is it by? Where like what? Like explain it to me. Like what would it entail?
what?
Like the co-option of the revolution and or whatever you call it in Sri Lanka. I'm sure like elites are trying to get their hands dirty in it, and it's like probably like natural in some sense, like at least in the very beginning where it is right now.
But here's the thing in the global south, like people don't have shit. So when you don't have shit and you have nothing to lose, it's a lot easier. And it's very evident that people don't have shit. Whereas like here, we're bought into the illusion that we do, if that makes any sense. Like, because I feel like relatively, you know, you can argue, yeah, like in America, like we have stuff that we don't want to necessarily give up. But like in the global south, like if you're poor, you're fucking poor. Like there's no such thing as healthcare for you. There's no such thing as a living wage for you. There's no such thing as an education necessarily for you. So like you don't have shit to begin with. So like, so it's easier for you to be like, fuck, like president, vice prime minister is fucking up our country. Fuck this. Like, whereas here it's like, oh, I can't quit my job. You know, I have insurance if you're lucky. Oh, I can't quit. You know, like, oh, I can't do this. Like, I have to go to work. I have to take care of my kids. So there are things in place for many of us that kind of prevent us from doing shit like that. You know, so.
And plus, over the last few decades, we've been so spoiled by creature comforts. You know, you've heard the term first world problems. You know, we've been hearing that for a long time. Yeah, like Colin said, like down in the global south, they don't have all that shit.
Yeah.
They're not
Right.
spoiled by that kind of stuff. They're fighting for like the basics, like clean water and food and housing and stuff like that. Up here, we're just like, you know, they dangle the carrot of like, you know, all these baubles of distracting entertainment and, you know, all kinds, you know, gadgets and that kind of stuff. And plus also too, I think there's also a general fear that if we try to go against the government, we're going to die, because the police forces in this country are basically another
Right.
branch of the military.
Right.
They might as well be. They've got military equipment. They're people. The country spends billions of dollars. What was that? I said they were the only one that's ahead of, or one of the countries that's right above, United States police force funding is like China's military. I think it's something
Yeah.
like that. That's around that area. It's ridiculous.
And that's
So
because the sheer number of people in their military
Right.
as well.
I think celebrity culture kind of like plays a role a little bit too, because like
Well, that too.
like
It's
just
the
like in our society itself, we idolize these people, and then the American dream, which is essentially the fattest lie ever told, gives us this like individualized idea of like, oh, I can one day be like that person, when realistic chances are slim to none.
That's why I put that post up today about like starting to prepare and learning to grow stuff. Because I honestly, I want people to start preparing, because what's coming is not going to be good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
You're
Like you
not the
mentioned,
only one. Go ahead, Jesse.
you mentioned, people in other countries, how little they have, and Americans aren't used to that. At least most Americans aren't used to that. And it doesn't take long when there's something like, a power outage after a hurricane or something. If it's hot and all of a sudden people don't have those creature comforts and basic things that they're so used to, 48 hours and they are eating one another. People lose their shit. Like, it doesn't take long. So when things do hit the fan in this country, it's not going to take much before it gets just really ugly. And like you said, like, all the more reason that people need to be aware of that. Like, it's not going to be some long build up to that where we have a whole bunch of time to know what's coming and prepare for it. It's going to just all of a sudden, we're going to go from normal to I say normal, but from this to something worse than this.
Yeah. Ladies, what were your thoughts on that?
I agree.
Same.
Look, you need
I had no
As a
original
half a
thoughts.
lady, I also
Yeah.
agree.
From the
I should
women.
punctuate my sad moments with a
You ladies are talking way too much, okay? Just simmer down. Let somebody else talk, okay?
Okay, so I stopped listening to you guys about 5 minutes ago, and I'm doing something else, and I'm just here to fucking take up space, okay?
No pressure.
Nolly with the truth. Nolly with the truth. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, there are so many distractions that are going on, and plus the division too. So you have the bots on the on your social media that are causing division and stuff like that. And hey, what's up, Indy? And that you have so many factors that are just
There
it's
goes
keeping
the
people
neighborhood.
separate. So hey, Chris Legion, do.
Hey, Chris.
Now we're rounded circle again.
oh, what it do, Indy?
Hold on.
I'm gonna need a bigger computer screen for this.
Right?
There we go.
I feel
All
bad. I
right.
have to like
There we
choose
go.
someone to
What's
not.
up, everybody?
Oh God,
What's
I'm
up,
gonna
fam?
switch. We're going to gallery view.
We got a Brady bunch now. We got a Brady bunch. So
Yeah.
And Chris, all right.
Jesse's in the middle too. Jesse gets to look all around. Jesse's in the middle, at least
center
of mine.
circle.
we got
Nice. Circle gets a square. We're Hollywood squares, dude. You know what? Rafe and I talked about like a long time ago, like doing like the lefty Hollywood squares, bro. That would be so damn funny in so many ways.
Yeah, we talked about that
I'm
at the top
yeah.
of the
I'm
show.
gonna keep a running
too.
count. This is the third time we've talked about Hollywood squares tonight. This is
Yeah, that's what happens when I
Gotta
don't
happen.
listen. Don't check in.
The world
What's up,
runs on
guys?
Duncan,
Okay.
and world revolves around Hollywood squares. I'm just saying,
Corporate
it's-
greed.
I didn't make that law. It's just
Rumi
it's
said
just
that, I
something
think.
we have to live with as a nation and as a people. So we were Indy, we were and Chris, we were talking about what can we do to break the propaganda? How do we get people out in the streets? What are some ideas that we can actually do to get people to do like the people in Sri Lanka are doing?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like a hard thing to do nowadays. Everyone is fighting with
Take
each
away
other.
their Amazon
and-
Prime.
What was that?
Take away their Amazon Prime.
Something. I mean, I think you gotta get them away from cable news or something. I don't know. It's constantly every time we try to get something going, there's like some progressive people saying, trying to stop it or just bashing it because Jimmy Dore was there or someone was there that they don't like. And, every time I try to get something, and every time I think that we're getting close to something like this, nothing happens, So, I mean, when the BLM stuff started happening, I thought, okay, this might be the start of something. It might start off with the murder, of unarmed man and like 6 cops And I thought maybe it'll trickle over to a bunch of different things, and people would just realize, that this is a bigger issue, and so that's me. Nothing popped off after that. Things just died down.
Well,
you know,
nothing
and-
popped up because I happen to be like, well, I live in DC, so I was able to
Yeah.
go to the protest directly, and like there were a lot of Black activists there who were pushing people, oh, we have to vote for Biden.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just kind of like, no, like
No,
that's
it's
not
actually
what that's not what you should be doing, because
Yeah.
Biden is the reason why we're in this shit now. And
Yeah.
so like there's just a lot of people, and I kind of blame our education system in the sense that like we really do not know our history at all,
Yeah.
as far as knowing what has happened in the past and how things have happened in the past, that we can kind of be like, okay, we shouldn't be doing this in this certain thing in this way. And it's just like we're kind of thinking of things that, we're trying to reinvent the wheel of how to do politics. And it's like, people have done this already and have done well. And it's like, if we actually took the time to study, then, but that's the kind of history and that's the kind of stuff that
Mm.
the elites don't want us to know.
Isn't it crazy how after the whole BLM thing, like everyone turned to Biden, like the guy who is the cause of the whole situation? The guy,
Yeah, right.
guy that got the crime bill through, like he started the whole thing, and they went, "Oh, we got to get Biden to fix this." It's like, I'm like, oh man.
Can we make a solid contrast to January 6th? Because I look at these guys swimming in the pool and I just immediately think about that one guy in the Nancy Pelosi's office. Like they're having a great time with this and they're taking full advantage. And I'm just wondering like how the response in the US would have been to like an equivalent kind of event were it to happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny Jesse mentioned earlier about how like when people like go through hurricanes and stuff, and when they're out of power and they're out of the conveniences that they're used to, how they kind of lose their shit. It always makes me think about how Texas is always saying, yeah, well, we're gonna secede from the Union, right? We're gonna start our own country. But the first hurricane that hits and wipes out a bunch of shit, who's the first one asking the federal government for money, for help? It's Texas, saying money please, money please. It's like, oh, but I thought what are you gonna do if you were on your own? And people just have this fucked up thinking that, oh, we can do it, but you can't do it, So it's kind of.
Well, remember the U.S. gives plenty of aid to foreign. Well, wait a minute, Warren. The U.S. gives plenty of aid to foreign countries during a disaster. Come on, that's what they're expecting. They're expecting to get the handout still.
Right, but they don't. But that's the thing. When it's sunny skies and the power grid's not going down, they're like, "Yeah, we don't need you. We don't need you." It's kind of like that little spoiled kid, who's told no about something. The kid said, "Well, I don't need you. I'm gonna leave," and they leave the house and they get about like halfway down the driveway and they like, I'm hungry. I'm going back in the house.
I need
Mom,
sandwich.
I want you to make me sandwich.
I mean,
that's Texas one. That's sandwich. Oh
do you
man.
think it's do you think it's like easy, like when something starts to pop off, how people are easily distracted and they just think of something else and people just forget about that and they move on to the next thing? And then when people start to organize about something, then they introduce something else and then people focus onto that, and that's how nothing gets started. I mean, do you think might be the case
that's
on
the
some issues?
media's job essally, is to distract us from.
I'm thinking about like how we
Bro.
shift blame onto other people, like how you can call like I really think like if we had like a January 6th type movement that was for the right reasons, like perhaps we could make it not about each other and instead about a specific goal or purpose. Like not just like I don't want these blue guys to win or I don't want the red guys to win.
Right.
I know, for what it's worth, I feel like if a January 6th type thing happened for the right reasons of people like us that felt like us, it would be met with a very different response. They wouldn't be let in the fucking doors. They'd be gunned down.
Oh,
outside,
definitely.
Oh no, God.
they'd be bringing out grenade launchers and shit. They wouldn't.
No, not even like, again, George Floyd protests.
Mhm.
Like, I got mowed down by cops.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, they don't give
I mean,
a
I
fuck
think they
about
would
you.
be paying people visits after everything was over,
Mhm.
just taking them out of their houses. And
For what it's
Was
worth,
anyone on the left?
the most headway I feel like I get when I talk to people is in just talking about the issues that we're facing, how much we're getting screwed, how much how much we're being just wrung dry between housing costs, healthcare. You can talk to just about anybody about those things and agree with them until you bring up a politician or a political party, or you mention a news channel. And as long as you stray away from those things, you can all of a sudden be ticking all the same boxes with people. And I feel like it's, as soon as you bring up one of those instantly divisive, things, put in place to split up, then people go, oh shit, I didn't realize, wait a second, you're a leftist. Oh, I'm libertarian. We can't be having this conversation where, whoever it is, like, that's just, we're really good at putting up our own barriers. And as soon as we try to talk to people without that preconceived notion of what they are, what they might think, it's so easy to get through to people. You just can't talk about a politician or a political party. Literally, you can talk around it.
Or religion.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I try to teach unity with people without saying words like communism and
yeah,
socialism.
and you can, and it's to just keep it about morals and basic needs, and you can get through to people, and because that's what it boils down to.
Well, what I found was useful is that when you don't tell people what you are, you don't tell them you're a socialist or a communist. You get to know people first. You build a relationship. You become friends, and they get to know who you are.
Yep.
Where you live, and they know you're a nice guy. Oh, that's a nice guy. That's a nice lady. That's a nice person.
Yep.
And then you can slip in. Oh, by the way, I'm a socialist.
Yeah.
And then they go, okay, well, this person's a nice person. He's a socialist. I thought socialists were supposed to be a certain way, and I think that will help people break those type of barriers.
Sure.
I seen Frankie Boyle, the comedian.
Yes.
Yeah, he tweeted out the other day. He was like, communism. No, seriously.
Yes.
Communism.
Just that.
I was like, yeah.
I mean, everyone knows my line. Labels are bad. Stay independent. Like even with that, like with socialism or any of those labels, I feel like it just allows someone to make a straw man of your argument.
Yep.
Like to to vilify it and or co-opt it even. Like there's tons of quote unquote socialists now. Like even communism gets co-opted. Like
they'll just start spewing the propaganda we've all been taught. Like even up here in Canada since I was a kid. Right? Like
But what I try to tell people, what I try to tell people is socialism is an economic system. It's not a religion. It's not something. If you disagree with an economic system, it's not something where I hate you. I don't want to be friends with you. It's like you disagree on economics. It's not something like, and so the media and the government has made it an evil thing, and it's like a religion. People like if you're a socialist, you're an evil person, and it's not like that. It's an economic system. That's all it is.
Well, China refers to theirs as socialism with Chinese characteristics.
Yeah.
So essentially, we could take that kind of idea and just call it like socialism with Canadian or American.
Yeah, every economic system kind of co-ops like it by its own different countries' needs and desires. But I was gonna say you can even see the same thing on the other side with Fox News about how they take the disasters of capitalism and then they pin the blame on communism. Like, this is a direct example of communism.
Yep.
Like, what's happening right now is communism, and it just it's not, dude.
They're uneducated about it. Nobody's teaching them what it really is. It's like they were talking about how propaganda has made people so triggered whenever they hear socialism or communism. It's like Jesse said, instead of using those words, which people are just going to instantly turn you off, just talk about the good things about those things without actually saying what kind of system it is. Because the goal is if you're going to try to convince somebody to to come around to your way of thinking when it comes to this kind of stuff, the stuff that you already know. They have to trust you, right? If they don't trust you, they're not going to listen to you. They're just going to, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. But if you come at it from an angle where you're saying, look, you need this, I need this, this is a way of us being able to get this, and like, you know, stuff that they really need, stuff that you both can get on the same level about, then you know, once you've established that communication, then they'll listen to you, and then they can do the same with their friends too, and it just kind of spreads that way. But like, if you just hit them over the head with communism, socialism, they're just going to think 80s and Reagan and how, you know, you're going to be in a bread line, or you're going to be in a gulag or some bullshit like that, you know.
No, I'm not ruling out gulags. Gulags are still on the table in my.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Let's not rush to anything. Like, really,
bring it back, brother. Let's get the gulags back.
We going old school Stalin on this bitch.
That's right.
It's like Hey Kool-Aid, only it's Hey Gulag, and it's just this big Russian guy busts through a wall, goes, oh yeah, oh da, you know, something like that.
Soviet Russia, we jail you.
Come on, buddy.
Oh da, right? Oh da, right? Isn't that what it would have to be?
Oh
Does it have to
da.
be yes?
In
Oh,
Russia,
da.
we don't have Kool-Aid, we have Flavor Aid, and we like it. It is communist drink.
Whenever
In Russia, wall run through you.
I am all.
Point, though, whenever I talk to conservatives about like socialism or any of that stuff, I don't use the words, but I do the same thing we've been talking about. Just kind of like teach them about what it is. Because like you basically have to unwind their brain from like however long they've been alive.
Exactly.
Well, not even teach.
Because I remember in grade 9.
You got to deprogram
political surveys in
and
grade
then
9.
let the information in. Yeah.
But not even teach, show them.
Yeah.
You know, like actively. And that's where the idea of like mutual aid comes in. It's like when you're doing stuff for the community, you know, like then people can make the like what Rome does. Like essentially like tour of the poor. Like you give people what they need. And then I guess what he does do, he talks about like how he is a communist and blah, 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 blah. And then that's when people start to make that connection of, oh, it doesn't mean this whatever
What I thought it meant.
propaganda thing that I might have heard about as a kid or even on the news, like way back when. It's actually this. And so, you know, like, so it kind of gives people that context of, oh, this is what it could be or what it should be versus what I thought it was or what I believed it to be due to US propaganda.
Yeah. Well, on like
so
a basic level.
One of the things I've been doing with my bakery is I started baking bread for anybody that needs food or anything. So if they ever need like bread or anything, they just message me. And the whole idea was because then if people start asking me why, I could just tell them I'm a dirty commie.
But the challenge of like deprogramming too, like takes on like a whole nother level when you like consider how much of a politicized environment that we live in, and people take their ideologies to heart. Like when they really identify as a certain side or another, they really believe it, and you have to hit them on an emotional level in order to kind of like change that. And I think Colin does make a good point when you're talking about like mutual aid and like actually helping people and stuff, because then they actually see the effects and they see how it can like actually benefit people. And generally, if you're like a good person, you want to like help others.
Shadowban refugees on Rockfin tipped us for
Oh, Vato in chat, orale! Oh, we got Vato in chat.
Creeper.
But he makes a great point.
Associate producer status. That's right.
He says,
What's up, bro?
Charlie Mac.
He says
He's got to work on his Cholo accent, you know?
Shadow says, there's a boot on my neck. There's a boot on my neck. There's a boot on my neck. There's a boot on your neck. Let's remove that boot. Why does it need to be more complicated than that? And when you talk to people like that,
this Broadway production of Kinky Boots must continue.
Well, I mean, as far as
I've got to sign off, guys. I just want to say goodbye and thanks for having me on.
Good to see Andy. We
Bye,
love
Later,
you.
fam.
Well,
See
we
you,
needed a
man.
Canadian
Now
quota,
that's
so you
Yeti.
filled that.
Not
Now
me.
you can
I'm
go do
not
whatever
me.
you want. Yeah, have a good weekend.
I'll see you
Drive
guys.
safe.
Have a good day.
Don't play with matches.
Sorry, you
So,
were saying, Warren, about boots?
They have mutual aid down south.
like
It's
it.
just they don't even realize it, because like when I was growing up, you had people who grew a lot of vegetable gardens, right? And so you always, and the people who grew vegetable gardens always had way too much for them to eat. Even if you like put it, canned it or froze it or whatever, you still had too much. So you ended up giving it away to like family and friends and neighbors and stuff like that. Same thing with deer hunters. They always like whenever they'd save meat for themselves and they'd give the rest away. Like mutual aid happens. They just don't realize it's called mutual aid. It's just that sharing element is there. You just have to remind them of what it is. And it's like, we have to do this instead of on a community scale. We have to do it community by community, but on a national scale as well, So it's just, you just got to you're not teaching them anything. It's like Colin says, you're showing them, but you're also reminding them of shit that they already know too. But it's not what they think it is till you tell them what it actually is,
I think he just called you Refi, and I think that's fucking hilarious.
Sir, at least you have to know the weird, cute names people call me. That's Reefy, obviously.
No, you're Refi, dude.
Short I.
We're gonna Refi your morning.
Right.
That's right. You have to put an E on the end or a Y. Refi with a Y. I see you back on chat. Okay.
My high school history teacher had this thing where he would write people's name on the board to give them punishments so that he wouldn't have to tell people. Right? He would set up periods and he would every year, and I had this guy for 2 years, 3 years somehow, right? Where it was he would start writing a nickname for people, right? And my mother, for one of those things you got to fill out to give back to the teacher, on the name for where I was supposed to sign, she started signing her name with a big fancy crazy L, right? And then I chicken scratched my name, and anyway, he called me Larif for ever, and then it would just become L apostrophe anything he wanted. Shut the fuck up, you're talking too much, just with L in front of it, so that I knew it was for me. And he kept that up for 3 years.
I'm still kind of pissed at the fact that Reef is not your first name.
It's not, yeah. David is my first name. Yeah.
I gotta call you
Refio, that's Shadowman called that one.
It's on the birth certificate.
Yeah. And Reefer is perfectly acceptable. Most people call me that too. Reef just sounds weird. You kind of gotta have the ER on there,
The best is that Outback Steakhouse has been torturing this man with an ad that's literally called Reef and Beef, and it's a surf and turf meal, and it's fucking hilarious. We're constantly scrolling Twitter, and you see a Reef and Beef ad from Outback Steakhouse.
That's awesome.
Something definitely messed up the algorithm there.
That is fantastic.
I actually
I
want to sue them.
Reef and Beef at your local
hey.
adult store. Check it out today.
That is his.
VHS.
That was the first
That
feature movie that he was involved in.
Yeah,
That's right.
Luckily I only had to go for 18 minutes, but because that's how it works apparently, but still.
Well, 18 minutes in heaven.
Yes, I learned that from that lady. This direction.
Nikki said everybody's gonna start getting served that ad now. We're all gonna get served Reef and Beef ads now. Thanks to this.
Yeah.
Warren,
what's up, Jimmy?
You're welcome.
Warren, the next time we do a secret show, I want to split it between stories of when I worked at Waffle House and stories of when I worked at the adult stores. And all my time selling sex toys, because that's a treasure.
I feel
trove.
like in Florida that could be the same building.
The Waffle House adult bookstore.
It could be the same building.
It's you don't have to wait for secret show. We can start that right now.
On the books sometime soon, because that's going to be good.
Yeah.
They say no sex in the champagne room, but there's plenty of sex in the Waffle House bathroom. So I'm just saying that's a thing. That's a thing.
What is it?
I don't recall anyone ever having sex at that
covered,
Waffle House. We had
smothered.
everything else. shooting, stabbing, race war, cops, fucking cannibalism, but
Trust me,
never
there was some
anyone having
fucking
sex.
going on. Every Waffle House, you put a blue light in a Waffle House bathroom, you're gonna find some dead swimmers. I'm just saying. I'm not, I'm just saying. It's like I don't know if it's the smell.
And the question
of
is
waffles.
where?
Yeah, exactly.
Will it be on the
Probably enough
ceiling is the question.
radioactivity in it to keep them alive, probably. Just a green glow from the
That
under the
waffle
rim.
batter don't make itself. So I'm just saying.
No.
It could have been a
God.
doctor, it could have been a lawyer, but it ended up being a waffle instead.
Is there any bleach for my eyeballs? No? Okay.
Gonna take a while on your waffle. Frank's having problems at home. His heart's just not into it.
Oh.
See, now I'm curious, like, what jobs haven't you had at this point?
I mean, ones
there's
that
so
don't
many jokes that could
traumatize
be
you.
made.
One was a masturbator in a Waffle House bathroom. That was a job.
Yeah.
That was one of my
Fluffer
jobs.
on my movie.
What is this, the Humpty Dance?
Yes.
All right,
stop what you're doing, because I'm about to
that you're used to.
I once got sticky in a Waffle House bathroom. I'm sick with
bathroom.
this.
Yeah.
Was that Jesse the other night that literally sounded like Humpty? Like I
Yeah,
turned away and I'm like,
Jesse's
wait,
got
am I
the
listening to
Humpty.
fucking Spotify or what's going on here?
Because I'm about to rule.
Completely messing
like,
up.
I love that voice too. It's so good.
Average on the style that you're
Right.
used to. Yeah, but I don't
Just
sound
grab
like
it
that.
in the biscuits.
Please allow me
Yeah.
to bump thee.
To bump thee.
I like my
Gotcha.
oatmeal
Really
lumpy. I'm
Lumpy.
spunky.
Do the voice so well.
We have fun here.
Incredible.
That is a good question, though. Like, what
Come
is
here,
the
fat
weirdest
girl. Are you
job?
ticklish? Yeah.
What is the weirdest
I
job
called
you've
you
ever
fat.
had?
Look at me,
Or
I'm
most
Look at me,
interesting
I'm
job
skinny.
you've ever had. So
Honestly,
The weirdest
Waffle House
job?
probably beats out the sex shops for me. Waffle House, the shit I saw, and yeah, it was only 4 months, but Jesus Christ, it was like 4 months in Beirut. It was a lot. It was an awful lot. It was like the Tet offensive, man. I'll
Realize.
never really be the same again.
I got
You
offered a
keep
job.
singing like that, Jesse. We're gonna get DMCA'd, right? Because they're gonna think that's actually Humpty.
That's
It's
actually
fun to
it.
stay at the
We're no strangers to
table.
love. You know the rules, and so do I.
Oh shit. We're getting rickrolled now. Fuck.
Rick Astley's pretty good too.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I want you to do an
legit.
impressions reel, Jesse, please.
Okay, I
Yeah,
will.
just
I'll-
all of the. I love the bass
He'll
line.
do
for the
like
Humpty
he'll do the
dance.
Frank
finally get those
Caliendo,
Twitter
basically.
views that I've wanted so badly.
The
That
Frank
bass line is
Caliendo
just
of music
the
right here.
simplest.
Chris, Chris, you were saying
That's all it
you're about
is.
to talk about an interesting job you had.
Oh yeah, I had a job offer. I was at a gas station pumping my gas. At the time, I was living in South Florida. A guy comes up. It's maybe like 10 o'clock at night, and he comes to me and goes, "You want a job?" And I'm like, "I'm pumping the gas." I go, "What do you want? Like, what's the job?" And he's like, "I can't tell you." And I'm
I have
like,
to kill you.
"Well, I need to know what kind of job it is before I take, He's like, I can't tell you what the job is. You just have to take my word for it. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, man.
The Illuminati
Let
are
them tell
very
me what it is.
secretive in their
He
ways.
got in his car and he drove away. Well, that was
Hey,
it.
Misty.
Wow.
Fly safe.
Have
Kick
fun
ass out
in
there.
Vegas. Giving out
Peace,
your
fam.
buttons.
Thanks for showing up.
Do anything I wouldn't
Love
do.
you. Enjoy the libertarians.
I
gotta
haven't
eat.
had
All the-
any
all the free-
interesting-
Good night.
All
y'all.
the weed and free speech you can talk about.
Yeah.
Crab
Yeah,
is
that'll
gone.
definitely
He's
be a
got to go
thing.
to his he's got to go to his job on the corner in Jersey. Make that money tonight.
Nice.
So good, go make that money tonight,
Anyone-
Crab.
folks in chat.
He's got to
go
jump back in the Hudson River.
Go to
That's what it is.
Go to Crab's Bandcamp and check out his new drops, because original and a Phil Collins cover that are just weapons grade. It's so good. Like seriously.
What's the Phil
Holy
Collins
shit,
cover?
yeah.
What did he
Against
do?
All Odds? You haven't heard it yet?
No.
Oh man, it's Crab belting out Against All Odds like it's his last day on Earth, and it's fucking stellar. It's so
How could you just walk away from me? I love that song. I hated
Dude,
that
that
movie
kid's
again.
talented, man. He's mad talented. like I don't want to blow his head up, but I don't think he realizes just how talented he really is.
No, you're not
with-
gonna blow
with-
his head up because he's just like, whatever.
I will say
that's
this.
just it. I don't want to blow his head up. But
Yeah,
he's
I've been doing these.
kick-ass.
I've been doing these Grand Theft Auto 5 streams, and where you can like put in your own music. And I've come to find. So I have Jesse. I have some of your music in there, and Chris. I have some of your music in there, and I got Crab's music in there too. So when I'm driving down the street, mowing down pedestrians on the sidewalk, I'm listening to you guys, and it's the greatest soundtrack ever. And Crab has that, that ska type shit going on, and it's like bodies are flying everywhere, and I'm just like a happy lad because of the carnage and the great music.
I'm glad I can influence you to run over
It makes me
people.
want to man lactate. So
Bringing it back.
Lactate.
King of the callback. My God.
circling back, we went back to the man lactating, the man
Yeah, Chris,
tating.
by
So
the
wait,
way, I
did you-
listened to some of
did
your
you
stuff
do,
and I
like-
love your production.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
So wait, Warren, can you like not play like "Push It to the Limit"? Wouldn't like the '80s fucking Miami music when you do GTA? Like you've got to use your own.
He just subs out
Well,
us
for the
as his
streams,
personal
so I
playlist
don't
'cause
get
he loves us.
DMCA'd.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
yeah. So you
And
can't
that.
get decent. Yeah, sure.
I mean, when I'm not on a stream,
Shadow
of course
Band,
I'm
by the way,
listening to-
Shadow Band was
listening
singing a do-re. He was singing along with Jesse there.
Yeah.
Give a little some of that bass line. Oh yeah. Straight
Oh
gangster, man.
yeah, see, everybody
Girl.
knows.
Girl, are you ticklish?
Company
I
that
once
you
got
put this-
busy in a Burger King
Burger
bathroom.
King bathroom.
I'll eat up all your crackers on your licorice.
Crazy. Allow me to amaze thee.
The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump.
I think guys at
Right.
one
Totally
point or
right.
another for
Right.
karaoke have done the Humpty Dance at least once. If you've been to a
Mine
karaoke
was,
and just gotten shit drunk,
Mine was
you had to do the Humpty Dance.
Yeah, mine was. I
Yeah.
wish I was a little bit taller. That was my song.
Company
I
that
once
you
got
put this-
busy in a Burger King
Burger
bathroom.
King bathroom. That's the best part.
Nice. Did I just pump that through? Yes,
The
I
whole
did.
song is just for that
You
bit.
sure did.
My favorite
Yeah. Proud
karaoke
of you.
song to do is Jungle Boogie because whenever there are a lot of black people in the room, they're surprised that this very pasty white guy is singing Kool and the Gang when they were good. Before JT
Yeah.
came along and turned him into
I mean,
like, love
Ladies
song
Night
pussy
is
music.
legit.
It's legit garbage. It's like
Have
it's
you
not
seen
like
the
I'm
movie
talking
with
about the
the
jungle
roller skates?
boogie. Get down with the boogie. Say, I feel the funk, y'all. Let it flow. I mean, and people were just like, that white boy's got some soul. He's got some soul.
Jungle Boogie. I get it on.
That's right.
I always do
That's a
at a
good
James.
tune.
I always do at last at karaoke. I like to really get it.
It's
get
a lot
it
of high
smooth and
notes. Yeah,
silky.
that.
That's actually
Yeah.
my wedding song, believe it or not.
Really?
Aw.
Damn,
It is.
Andy.
Mine was
I never
Highway to
played that for
Hell.
you. I never knew that.
It's either-
I've never
it's
really
either
told
that-
anybody that.
I told
It's either that. Go ahead.
I told Warren that I think it was the last secret show. I ended up doing a bunch of random covers, and any place I ever used to play gigs at that had food, I would pick some menu item. Usually it was ribs if they had ribs. And when
Yes.
they would bring out a plate of ribs, I would like stop what I was doing, fixate on the ribs, and
That's
then
my ribs are
dedicate
coming along.
At last and be like, I'd
I
like to
need
play
my
this
baby
song.
back, baby
And I
back.
would lock eyes with the plate of ribs and sing all of At Last to it. And I mean,
Nice.
Oh my God.
dozens of racks of ribs in my day, Indy. I have sang At
Oh,
Last too.
that-
I can't even.
That's so hot, dude.
Yeah.
The
you're
ribs
telling
really
me,
appreciate
man.
it.
I
Oh,
just-
Michael Jordan, stop it. Get some help.
I mean,
Get
come
some
on,
help.
man.
Jimmy, what's your favorite karaoke song to do? I know you got one. What's your favorite?
It depends. I guess if I'm drunk enough and want to just get wild, I'll usually do Queen.
Ooh, nice.
B-52, Rock Lobster is really fun.
Nice.
A rock lobster.
Shania Twain, man, I feel like I love it.
Oh, see, now that I would pay money to see Jimmy sing. Man,
Well,
I feel
we
like
usually
a
would have
boy.
like a friend that was like a dude friend. So us girls would sing the "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" part of the song, but when the song stops and it says "Man, I Feel Like a Woman," we'd give the guy the mic and he would just do it very monotone and be like, "Man, I feel like a woman," and that was the best part. Sorry.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That or like the, you know, I took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights. That's also a classic one to go for that. You know, you gotta have that one.
How about Duran Duran, Wild Boys?
Oh
Wild
yeah, that
Boys.
one's a
Carve
good
my
one.
name
Free
into
Like
the
a
leather
Wolf.
seats.
Wild boys.
Yeah, you kind of had to learn all the words for that one.
Yeah.
Before
I
he
feel like
cheats, I
Jesse
think
would
was the name of
go.
that song.
Jesse would go and just pull out a deep cut of underground MF Doom. Be like, I am karaokeing this.
Mhm.
Like, you know.
I have, dude. I used to have a buddy that worked as a karaoke DJ, and I would just come and we would just smoke blunts in his car, and then go in, and he'd just like find the most bizarre shit you want and try to go do it. And we did. He would
Nice.
just he would throw me curveballs. He threw me fucking "Love Hurts" once by Nazareth. That song was a nightmare. That was so rough. But like System of a Down and just weird stuff like that. That's where I first ended up doing At Last. But yeah, especially now, dude, some of the like karaoke places that have just the internet, whatever, I mean, they'll find you whatever. They can find the most bizarre shit. They could probably find my stuff through Spotify, and I could just have my own backing track playing and go ahead.
So Anna Mears on Rockfin says, if this doesn't end with a group karaoke of At Last or Militia Intent, the world may not survive.
Oh, Militia Intent sing along. I need that before I die. Can we make it happen?
I gotta agree with that.
Best
I think
karaoke songs 2020.
Happy
What does
birthday.
that give us?
birthday.
Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's.
Yep, don't know that one.
That's my Lady
what is
Gaga
this?
impression,
Okay.
if you couldn't tell.
Bohemian Rhapsody, Dance Monkey. That's always a hit.
Oh God, I can't.
My Heart Will Go On.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me.
Perfect intonation on that. Can't Help Falling in Love, Someone You Loved, Dancing Queen. Oh God, ABBA. I Want It That Way.
Yeah, that's
All
every
of Me.
drunk girl sings that.
Yeah.
And
John
if
Legend.
you get the chance, you are the dancing queen.
I'm surprised, like with Top Gun coming out, they haven't reignited "You've Lost That Love and Feeling" because like that's kind of a classic scene. Creepy, but
Well, since Tom
weird.
Cruise
The first
turned
song-
60,
Are they done
it-
doing that
they're-
at weddings, or they still do that at weddings? It's so
They're doing
fucking
that.
uncomfortable.
They're doing the soundtrack
it's
to
so
Top
bad.
Gun 2 is "You've Lost That Feeling in Your Knees." Because you've got arthritis, you've lost that feeling in your lower
and you've got
back.
poor circulation, right?
You've
You need to
lost
go to a
Wilford
specialist.
that great
You've got diabetes.
circulation. Yeah, it was. It's time for some Doan's pills and some whatever medication you take for your knees. Because my knees hurt, and it must be going to be raining somewhere.
You know what the
No,
what's
Cynic,
the,
I passed out the night of Secret Show Friday night.
the best if you look up karaoke compilation of Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, it's a pretty good one. Like all the white people trying to do the like wah, that thing, like it's
That's
pretty good. It's
you
just
mean Down with the
those.
Sickness.
That one, yes.
Oh,
Both are good.
Oh wow! Yep.
Fun
Let
story.
It Go is now on the list.
Around 2006.
Oh sure. I could totally.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I fronted a
I
cover
could totally
band that
bust
did,
out
like,
some Disney shit.
like 2006 we was System of a Down and Tool and some Slipknot covers and shit like that, and we're playing this bar gig, and right when we start they're like, hey, can you guys kind of not play some of the heavier stuff? I'm like, okay. And we're looking at our set list, like Audio Slave, a little Radiohead, and then we're just gonna freestyle, and we're just kind of playing this uncomfortable bar gig to a crowd that is mostly uninterested. Night's almost over. Some guy puts his hands on some girl. Her boyfriend busts a beer bottle upside his face. The guy hits the ground, and there's just this long, uncomfortable silence. I'm like, let the bodies hit the floor. and we did bodies, and people jumped around and danced, and we got like one really good song out of that crowd. And then the owner came up and paid us. He was like, "That was a lot of fun. I can't have you guys back again." That's fair.
What?
I love it.
I actually was
Wow.
I was actually in a club back in the days. It was Webster Hall, New York City, and they had like metal night. It was like a metal night on Saturday night, and they played Iron Maiden, Run to the Hills.
Oh
And
yeah.
a fight broke out, and
Of course.
of course,
Apparently nobody
they turned the
ran for the
lights
hills.
on, and the fight spread like wildfire, and everyone is fighting, and you hear it Run to the Hills, and just you see fists flying and everything. Yeah,
That's the best video ever.
Right?
Yeah, nuts.
Somebody recording
Oh,
that?
that's
They should
awesome.
have been.
Is Marcus really requesting Highway to the Danger Zone? Did I really just see that in chat? Come on. Come on. We
Danger
got
Zone
Kenny
is where it's
Loggins
at
out
for
here. I know that Jesse can definitely do some Kenny Loggins for sure. Even kind of has the Kenny Loggins look a little bit.
So now that's Post Malone, Kenny
Danger
Loggins,
Zone.
Seth Rogen,
That's right, and Lin-Manuel
Post-
Miranda too.
Post
So
Maloggins, we'll call me.
Post Maloggins. Why does that sound like
Actually,
a terrible like pancake
it-
establishment?
it would be
Like,
pre-Malone because you don't have
you
the tats.
know.
You'd be pre-Malone, not
That's
Post
true.
Malone.
Yes. Yeah. More like premature Malone.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
I have sad trombone at least. Sad trombone.
Oh, hang on, I got you.
There we go. I'll make my
Nice.
own. You know what's funny? Going into a digital like comedy show, right? And heckling with actual sad trombone and like because they don't know how to turn off like the audio for like, you know, because you still need to hear that. So like just put in a little badump
Who are these
every
people?
once in a while. Yeah, exactly. Just doing that kind of stuff. You know,
Just like that, Nancy.
Watch your profanity.
like I've got which one do you want me to do? Like, you know, let's see who remembers this one.
Oh, Shaq.
Daniel, back at it again with the white vans.
Like
Yes.
that's a deep cut on that one. You know,
Hey,
I love
thank you
sound
Could have
to,
done Stand By Your Man. Oh, bacon for sure, baby. When they're standing in
Thank
front of the chicken wire, stand by your man. They play it like over and over and over again. That's absolutely what I thought of when you're like, they shouldn't play anything hard. But we play country and western here. Two different kinds.
I want to give a shout out to Anna Mayers on Rockland. $10 tip.
Hey.
Thank you
Hey,
so much, Anna.
Mares.
You're-
Love you. Thank
So
you. Yeah, you're
She
awesome.
says
He's
for the,
appreciated on the show.
for the karaoke tip jar. So maybe we
Oh,
should do
nice.
an INN karaoke show, guys.
Oh
and
boy,
gals. What do
we're
you
not
think?
turning
I mean,
this
if
into
we're
the Graham
looking for
Elwood
tips,
show. I love
I
you,
can get
Anna
a lot
Mayers. I
more.
love
No,
you,
it would
Mayers.
it would actually be good.
I know.
karaoke.
I'm just
It
giving
would
you a
be
hard
good
time.
karaoke.
I'm giving her a hard
Would-
time because she hangs out. She hangs out in Graham Chat. I definitely know Anna hanging out from Graham Chat for a long time, and she definitely has watched him do plenty of Darien and all the other characters that he does on his stream. And I know we all used to watch that. So yeah, to see somebody randomly do karaoke that isn't Graham Elwood would kind of probably be different, right?
Oh,
I think we should do
who wants to
karaoke
do
songs
Granny
that aren't
Bacon?
traditional karaoke songs. I think they should be like
Like what?
you know, I don't know, like Happy Birthday or you know,
Happy birthday,
Highway to Hell.
I was
Straight
thinking
up,
of
like,
something like, I don't know.
Pavarotti.
Fuck
I was
you, I
thinking, like,
won't do
you
what you
know.
tell me. Fuck
Tell
you, I won't do what you
me.
tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Unbreak My Heart by Tony Braxton.
Protect your neck. Fucking like.
Yeah, see, I feel that
start
is a
doing the
karaoke
move.
song though.
But
What
you'd have
about
to do it
something
in the
that's just,
style
like,
of
In
Richard
poor
Cheese.
taste
so.
now, like Step in the Name of Love by R. Kelly.
Oh,
Let's all sing that.
Oh
Ooh.
God. Oh God.
I'm gonna piss
So
on you.
Who, shit.
Drip, drip, drip.
Who did it recently? Who was the other guy?
He just
Who was the
wanna
other guy
hate.
in Chappelle's
Love
show?
is wanna love. What, Donnell Rawlings or Neil
Donnell.
Brennan? Donnell Rawlings.
Donnell's got a killer R. Kelly bit that he put out like recently, and he was like, "Fuck you, I don't care." Like, you know, like, do you know what a fuck tape is? Like, he fucking like goes to the youngest guy. Like, then he's like, you know what a fuck CD is? The fuck tape on CD. Like, it's so funny. You got to check that shit out. It's hilarious. You can find it.
Oh my God! They still got that. You should know this with the political with the music thing that Graham would ask. Ron would ask Graham something about music. Marcus talking about, and Graham would have no idea anything about music, and then Graham would ask Ron something about movies. He's like, I don't know. I don't know who that is. Just
it seemed
it
like
was a
the
half
answer was
hour of
always
them not knowing.
The
Was that a
Pixies.
Ron Placone
Like,
impression there,
that's-
Indy? Was it? Were you trying to go
I
to Ron Placone?
don't know. I don't know.
I just
I don't know.
know.
I don't know. Yes, I'm the first person to ever do a Ron Placone impression.
People say things to me, but I don't know. I don't know.
I just noticed that.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I think he might actually even be impressed. We might have to send this to him. Shout out to Ron.
All
Love you, Ron. You're a
gingers
good
sound
dude.
alike, so I'm just telling you that all gingers look alike, and we sound alike. We have no souls, and all our freckles are all the people that we killed. That's just that's a little tip from the Ginger Nation. Better red than dead. So that's all I got for tonight. I'm done. I'm spent.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
And put on extra sunblock
I think we should. Yes, we have to have all the sunblock.
because you gingers, you do burn.
It's our SPF on our sunblock is so high. On the calculator, it says 1.0 E and then like 666677878. That's a nerd math joke. Sorry, a lot of numbers. So anyway, we just don't go out in the sun. That's usually what we do. We see pictures of the sun and we get burned. It's pretty sad. Yeah. So I don't know. It's I think that would be a good idea. Do some really good karaoke, but untraditional karaoke songs would be fun, or maybe in the style of Richard Cheese. You know, I don't know if anybody knows who Richard. He turns any music into lounge music, and it's fantastic. I highly recommend looking him up and his music. He does. I think he did a version of "Get Up and Get Down with the Sickness." You know, get up, get down with the sickness. Hey, everybody, get up, get down with the sickness. It's a beautiful thing. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't have any other ideas. Plus, it looks like on my picture, it looks like I'm wearing a cape, and I'm not wearing a cape. I just want to let everybody know that. So, what happened? What else is going on? This is Rando Roundtable. Throw something random out there. Let's let the dogs hunt. Let's go.
Okay, let's hang on. Now I'm gonna need everyone in on this because we've got a challenge. I made the point that crotch might be the unsexiest word in the English language to use in a song, as R. Kelly did. And now I'm hearing that it's actually moist. I feel like moist,
I would go with moist.
Moist, yeah, actually, yeah.
Moist
Definitely.
is clunky. Moist is hard to get right, but I feel like someone could have maybe used the word moist and gotten it easier than someone
Rhyming
out there
it
has
with
ever
hoist.
used the word.
The only thing you can
crotch
do is rhyme it
and
with
someone-
hoist.
Well, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be the rhyming word. I'm just saying to have it
Foist.
exist in the
Foist.
song.
Well, wait a minute. With a bottle of scotch and rock lots of
you know.
crotch. I mean, come on, that's a legendary line right there. So that's
Indy
already
was dropping
in
bars.
that's already
He's
in a
dropping
song.
bars.
That's true. Okay.
That's all right. We are dropping
Who did
bars.
Who did those bars?
Kid Rock.
See, if you knew,
The kid,
Jesse
the
did
kid
it.
with the rock.
Kid Rock
I knew who
Erasure.
it
I can't
was.
believe I didn't.
I just wanted him to like you publicly state that that's who that was. You know.
Oh, I don't think I need to state who that was. I think everybody knew who that was. I think everybody knew who that was.
But no, there's an old R.
Kid
Kelly
Rock.
song called "I Like the Crotch on You," which is just the most uncomfortable song title.
Oh,
Would
yeah.
Would you
Maybe
like to tell the doll where R. Kelly touched you? You seem to be like on a thread tonight.
There's a
You
moment
know?
in the song he's like talking about checking out this girl in the club and like looking at her crotch, and then all of a sudden there is this bridge, and he apparently is getting aroused and has no clue what's happening to him because he says, "What's going on inside my pants? I can't explain." Shit you not, that is the line. And I'm just picturing this guy
That's my 4-year-old son.
and he's like watching some girl, and all of a sudden he's like legitimately horrified about what's happening. He has never experienced an erection before, and he like thinks he's gonna die, like some kid on weed brownies for the first time. You know, he's just like, I can't explain what is going on in my pants. I can't. Wait, what song is this?
So
I like the
this is also
by
R. Kelly. Also, it's the fucking most ridiculous thing. He's like live at a concert and like talking like he's in
so
like
creepy.
Ethiopia or like you know, and like he's like, "Do you want to come home with me? Like, do you have your shots? Like, do you have your passport? Like, fucking," and you're just like, what is going on? Why are you? And like the backup singers are like going along with it, like, you know, it's so fucking
All
weird.
women
Between
are
that
that.
and the whisper song of like fucking, and I was stuck in the closet. Fucking that one's the worst
Trapped
one
in
to
the
me.
Closet?
Like, yeah,
1 through
that one's 1 through 23.
7 o'clock in the morning, the rays from the sun wakes me up.
Man, he's not really
I
doing
once
all his
I
own music.
sang all of part
found a
1 of that
little
to a
Debbie
telemarketer
snack.
once because I used to get telemarketer calls like a dozen a day, and so one day I picked up and I just launched into the whole thing, and I keep looking at the phone. He's still there, and I sing a few more. He's still there, and I finish all of part 1 of Trapped in the Closet, and I go and open the closet, the closet, the closet.
Yeah,
And I
that
come
part.
back and I listen, and I shit you not, the guy goes, "That was beautiful. Are you a singer?" And I was like, and I hung up. I wasn't prepared for a response. This man listened to me sing the whole.
Nice.
Do you like the word moist?
He hit me with
How
a
about
compliment.
moist?
I was like, I just didn't.
Ooh.
And you know what? Though they quit
Fucking-
calling me. I quit getting telemarketer calls after that. So you got to commit, but it'll get it done. So
Just
if you're
answer the
willing.
phone and say moist, and then you
That
know, and then
motherfucker
people
is
leave you
so
alone.
fucked up.
I know that for sure.
They made an electric boogaloo of surviving R. Kelly. They did a part dose. They did 2 of them. That's how fucked up like R. Kelly be.
And again, it's
know?
crazy that someone can be in a position of power enough to victimize so many people and have all these people working for him that are just like, that's just how he's always been. You know, like,
what do you mean?
like,
A zip
Jesus.
zop, a zoobadoo. Sorry, what?
Just
Yeah,
like
right,
just like Epstein, you know, he's not by himself on all this stuff, and they're gone. You know who where they are.
Yeah.
Oh
walking
God.
around.
Maxwell gets 20 and R. Kelly gets 30.
and Bill Cosby's out.
How does? Yes. Like he's doing shows again.
You know, when
Bill
I was a
Cosby's
boy,
doing
we
shows?
used to play stickball.
Well, we did a show with me and Camille.
He's got to swear now. Was he doing bits in prison? Like I want to know what the bits are now. Or it's like
Somebody was probably doing his
I
bits
want to
on
know
there.
who's going to see who, like, what's the demographic of people going to see Bill Cosby now? Like, seriously.
Oh, 75 and over for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's pull up
People
your
who
pants,
never
75
watched-
and overs right there.
Like they never knew.
There's
Like-
one guy there who just had no clue. It just
Like
oh, he's
I
touring
remember,
again. I haven't
like
heard Bill
Theo.
Cosby in 40 years. That's crazy.
But he has to be doing like prison bits. Like I had to shank a motherfucker, and like you know, like that's what he's got to be doing now because
I
that's what
shanked
he
the guy
knows.
he didn't give me his pudding pops.
Pudding pop.
Camille.
They kept calling me Ben in the prison, and I said, "What, Ben? My name is Bill." They said, "No, your name is Ben. Ben over, cause you're gonna get the put pop on the
goodness.
swivel on the flip flam on the zorba." What?
And
So,
dude, I love his
Jesus.
scatting. He's one of the
skibble
his
weep wop
scats
wop
are
nibble
just-
skibble wow.
Skibble wop.
wow.
the wop.
I bet
zow.
Theo's going to
He
see him.
loves
Theo's
these.
going to see him in the shows. Theo's like
Oh, yeah.
70 years old now, and Theo is
Yeah,
like,
if he was my dad, I'd be fucked up too. Like, you know, fucking Theo.
Fucking
God, with his
Theo.
color block jacket and shit, like he was in the 90s. The fuck's wrong with you,
Theo.
Theo? You know,
Theo. All about
like
the Theo. I seen Kadeem. I saw Kadeem Hardison on a TV show the other day, and Kadeem, I don't mean to be that guy, but Kadeem, he's pretty. He's let himself go.
He blew up.
Yeah, he's a little bit. He blew up, but not in the popular sense. So, but he's like my age though. I think he's like maybe like I think he's in his 50s. Like fuck it, he's lived enough. You know, he had to deal with Cosby those years. You know, when he was Theo's friend or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know if he was on that show, but he was in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Kadeem, he paid his dues. Now he gets to do what the fuck he wants to. So, Kadeem, rock on,
Ooh,
brother.
Anna's saying viscous is worse than moist, Anna Mares. And then she's also saying Jesse must record a ringback that we can download of all his best anti-spam call material, which is really funny.
Right?
Now, you know what's really weird is I get a spam call and I picked up and I was like, fuck you, stop calling me. And I hang up and it rings back right away, different number. And I pick up and the lady goes, we're going to keep calling you. And then she hangs up and I was like, oh God, they're watching me. Like I closed my blinds. It was the most sinister shit. And she totally decided to do it to me, like flexed on me in a really big way. It stuck out. We're going to keep calling you. I was like, ah!
Why don't you check the children? When I don't even have any kids. What are you? Oh my God. The call's coming from inside the house.
From the house.
Inside the house.
Wait, it's me. I keep calling myself. How do I keep doing that? What the hell kind of witchcraft is this shit?
If my kid was old enough to be prank calling me as a telemarketer, he absolutely would. I wouldn't put it past him. We're playing squirt guns the other day. He comes up and he blasts me in the foot and then he just drops the full gun right on my foot, splits a toenail right down the middle. And I'm like, I'm bracing myself and he goes, oh, Dad, I'm really sorry. I was like, it's all right, honey. It was an accident. He goes, no, I did it on purpose. That's why I feel so bad.
Damn!
Like, dude, I can't punch you in the face right now, but I want to. I can't punch you in the face right now, but I want to. Like, can I tell you that?
Thanks for being honest, bud. I love you. Dad loves you.
There's only two words that are keeping you alive right now. Child services. All right? Just know this. Know this. Okay? That's why I don't have kids. Because they'd be in a better home.
It's a trap. No, I love it. He's great. I love him.
Wait, who here doesn't have kids? All right, who here who doesn't have children? Just raise your hand. So it's me, Colin, and Reef. That's it. Everybody else fucked up their lives. Brother. Is that what happened?
Let's fucking keep that shit.
Although I teach him, does that count?
You do
So
teach
that's a
them.
half. That's a half.
But no, they have to come home with you, Colin, and live with you and call you daddy and then give you a nervous breakdown. That's the
shit.
Yeah, you can't hand them off at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I feel like if there's financial, do you spend your own money on these kids sometimes? If there's any financial expenditure, which you're a teacher, of course you do. If there's financial expenditure and emotional expenditure, that's 2 out of 3. You might not have to take them home physically, but you have to take them home in here. You know, that's enough. I award a half a point to call in on technicality judges. Yep.
Do you clean
You're
their
a half
shit?
parent.
If you don't clean their shit, you have to be able to clean their shit. Then you have kids.
I mean, I have the capability to.
Yeah, my wife used to teach special ed pre-K, and she had to clean shit.
Oh no, no.
Came with the territory.
No, I've had some 4-year-olds that didn't know weren't potty trained.
No.
That essentially, I had to train them how to use the potty, like
mine. Mm-hmm. What? No, he didn't teach my son how to use the potty, but my son is still pooping and pull-ups sometimes. So we're working on that.
Well, I mean, I wear pull-ups, but that's for different reasons.
Yeah, I know. That depends, Warren. Come on. I know.
I'm like a country. I'm incontinent.
Oh dear Jesus God!
What happened?
Oh, it's a Warren.
Shot who? Kitty! That's what happens when I make boom boom. I say kitty because I'm not allowed to say shitty, or I get beats.
YouTube's listening, man.
He won't fucking stop.
That's a good
Oh my
one.
God.
Nice.
No, I seriously,
I was
I
tired
am
paying for weed.
I'm a
What?
good couple of hot wings away from wearing Depends. I'm pretty sure of that. So you know, if Lowe's bathroom didn't teach me anything, then nothing will. So that's a story for another day. Someone I don't
Oh
wish
my
to tell.
God.
But anyway, so
I'm already traumatized.
Oh, bitches.
All right, we're getting the whole fucking thing now.
I fucking love soundboards. They're so much fun.
Soundboard's greatest hits.
Yeah, soundboards greatest hits. Get it now for only $19.99. 3 installments of like Jesus Christ. What is fucking Wayne Brady gonna give us a fucking soundboard hit next? Like, you know.
All right, I'm going to put my old man pants on here and tell you how I used to rip off the Columbia House Record Company or the record club. And so in the TV guide, you'd have this cardboard insert that said you could get all these, like, well, there was like, I think it was 8 tracks and then it was
12
cassettes.
CDs for a penny.
Yeah.
12 CDs,
12 CDs for a penny.
And you taped a penny to this postcard looking thing and you mailed the shit in with the penny taped to it. But sometimes I wouldn't even tape a penny to it, and they'd send me the shit, and they say, "Oh, well, you just pay us later." And there was no paying later. What is that
Nope.
about? Pay
Columbia
later.
House? No.
I got REO
They
Speedwagon
got the
for
bill.
free, son. You're welcome. Yeah. Can't fight this feeling anymore. You know what I mean? Forgotten what I'm fighting for. What? Too soon? Sorry, I don't know any 2000s hits, except Uptown Funk. I like that song.
Is that 2000s hits?
2000s hits.
2000s.
By the way, if you guys don't know, how good Bruno Mars and Silk Sonic is, if
so
you haven't
fucking
heard
good.
that,
That record's
amazing
so good.
brilliance,
Jesus, Murphy.
It really
holy
is.
shit,
Really is good.
like
just
totally
Pocket
aware of
City.
stuff.
Seriously,
It's just, it's right there. The arrangement is like chef's kiss. You know, I mean, it feels like someone went and found Berry Gordy and be like, "How did you do that?" Like, you know, and just went, "Okay, cool, thanks."
And Bootsy as just the little icing on the cake. It's so perfect.
Just a little bit. They were doing like Shaka Khan the other day. Like,
Indy, I
"Love
need to
train."
send you. I need to send you another clip because it'd be good for the soundboard. I couldn't use it in a song because this would totally probably get me flagged. I'm really careful about my sample choices, but this would fit a lot of news stories.
I'm with the local police department, and I know exactly what you're all doing.
I love that so much.
Oh my god.
2000s tops hits of the hits. Oops, I Did It Again by none other than Call Me Britney Spears.
Who, by the way, if
Who
you're
Let
not
the
following her
Dogs Out
on
by the
Instagram,
Baha
start
Men.
following her. She's awesome, and I love her. Free Britney for
I'm
sure,
looking
forever.
for-
She's awesome.
How did Matchbox 20 get in here? Get out of here, Matchbox
God.
20. Paper
Like a rat
Planes
chewing
by
through a
MIA.
box. That's how Matchbox 20 got in there. They chewed through the wall and they got in there. Matchbox 20.
Oh, Mr.
Kings of
Biden, what do you have to say?
Gnarls Barkley.
See, I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself.
Sounds about right.
Yep. $250,000 of my access, right, Joe?
Instead of prostitute himself, now it's more of the prostate than the prostitute. So
Heyo.
you're welcome. But,
I mean,
Warren doesn't
I
miss.
have to imagine it's just a whole puppeteering system in there at this point. You know?
yeah, who's running
Like-
that show? Who's running the Joe Biden show? Because you know it ain't
I have
him.
no clue.
Shut up,
who's-
Pat! I don't like.
Let's not come out,
That's
right?
what everybody kind of wants to know. Everybody kind of wants to know.
Whose hands up his
New
ass?
World Order. They're turning the friggin' frogs gay. They're sorry.
By the
who?
way, he was on for Rock Fam. Eddie Bravo had Alex Jones on this week. So
Fucking
if you
look
want
it
some
up, Eddie
entertainment,
Bravo.
Eddie Bravo.
Yeah.
He has
I
a
can
Rockfin
clearly see
channel,
the-
and he had AJ on this week.
It was like that.
So that is going to be interesting.
There was like that period of time where he always took his shirt off, ran around shit with his shirt off.
Yeah, those ones like he was on
like all the time.
Alpha Male, Alpha Brain. You know,
I eat meat. I love my wife. I love my wife. I eat
Alpha
meat.
male on beta blockers.
You may not like it, but this is peak male performance. This is how I caught Bohemian
He's an alpha
Grove.
male on beta
Like,
blockers.
They couldn't see me. I moved too fast.
I like having sex with my wife. I love eating meat. I'm an American. I like chest hair. I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
You're probably
I love
wondering
gay
why I have
frogs.
all these llamas in the studio. Like, you remember when he had just llamas in the studio? Like,
Yeah, I remember that.
why is he so
Doesn't
funny?
he do a song like "I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob"?
Yeah,
I believe was
yeah.
the name of the song. And somebody like made a whole parody of it, and it's really fucking
Joe,
funny. It's really funny.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm half retarded, Joe. And you see, like you saw the DMT beings. I didn't see them, but like you saw them, Joe. And fucking Alex is a trip, dude. Jimmy Dore spitting in his face, one of the funniest things of all time.
Yeah.
You know. So
I never watched Alex Jones's show before he got banned. Like, and I haven't watched it since. But it's just all I hear is like
I
the
never did either,
stories
but-
and like you hear the clips and.
I love how
entertaining.
many extended their clips there are of him just mid scream. You never hear the beginning or the just this thing's like,
Richard Medhurst has like 3 of them
So
in his in
unhinged.
his crab dance.
Oh, that crab dance is awesome. That Richard Medhurst crab dance is the best.
Oh, it's getting
Yeah.
super long now. Like I remember when it was just like 4 or 5 things, and it was like Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a
Yeah,
bunch
yeah.
of bad boys. That was the beginning. And then
He's
he
got
kept
the
adding to
cussing.
it and adding to it and adding to it. Now it's like
He's got
4
the
minutes
curse.
long, and Claudia's added a bunch.
He's got the
My
cursing
favorite-
preacher in
my-
it. The cursing preacher. I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
give
yeah.
a fuck. Fuck.
fuck
Cut that bitch off.
No, the other one, the guy in the city council meeting, suck my dick and choke on it. I yield my time. Fuck you. At the end,
Fuck
it's
you. Yep.
so
I
great.
yield my time. Fuck you.
what a champion.
I wasn't also a succulent Chinese meal. Wasn't that in there too? You're touching my penis, sir.
No.
I know. I see you know your judo well. Like people in the chat know who like this bit, so like
I
I'm
know
doing
that
it for
bit.
them. You
I know
guys got
that
it. Yeah, like I just wanted a succulent Chinese meal. I fucking love that dude. That dude's great. Like 8 cops are trying to shove him into like a car, and he's just got like this weird British angst that like and this policeman is touching my limp penis, like just as loud as possible to the cameras. Like it's so great. You can look it up. It's a thing. Like just look up succulent Chinese meal. It's there.
There was something
like-
really funny the other day when Boris Johnson resigned. So there was some guy outside where BBC was doing live shots, and there was some guy that had one of these big ass speakers, and he kept playing the Benny Hill theme over and over. So the guy's doing.
You know who told them to do that?
Who?
Hugh Grant.
Oh yeah, it was Hugh
Nice.
Grant. Hugh Grant said, "Yeah, you
Yeah.
should play the Benny Hill thing." It was great because the guy's doing he's doing a back and forth with the guy in the studio in the background here. It's just, oh my
He kept a
god,
straight face, man.
He did. He was a
serious the
pro.
whole time. Kept it
he was a
professional.
pro. But that fucking Benny Hill theme in the background.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what? Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap
Oh,
over
thank
there?
goodness we're on. Yeah, we're on
Get my
Rockfin.
penis! This is the bloke who got me on
Hey.
the penis before. Get some cups. Why did you do this to me? Hop in the car. Get some cups. But
Why
what
did you do this
what
to me?
is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
A succulent
Oh,
Chinese
let's get
meal.
those headlocks up. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well.
And like they can't get this fucker in the car.
And you, sir,
Like-
are you waiting to receive my limp penis? How dare get your...
Oh, God.
How dare you? Get your.
How dare you? Is it Palpatine suddenly?
How dare you?
This show has devolved into.
It sounds like Greta. How dare you?
I mean, to be fair,
How
we
dare you?
opened with lactation, male lactation in survival scenarios. So,
We started off with male
We just
lactation and
use
just
it
went downhill
like
from
Squid
there.
Ink. You know, we just when we're scared.
oh, start.
No. Don't
And
start
just
with
remember,
that. God.
if you get stung by a jellyfish, you don't have to pee on somebody's leg. You could just get ammonia, and that's fine. But if you want to get your kink fetish, just go ahead and pee on a leg. Go ahead, have fun. Life's too short, right?
I love looking up and seeing like Jimmy's face this whole time. Just be like, who are these people? Why am I here? Like, what are they saying?
Who are these people?
What have I gotten myself
in
into?
the background,
Wait,
please.
I just heard red pilled.
It's
I just heard
like-
red pilled.
It's just
No, I said
Where's
roll the
it?
Benny
just
Hill
heard-
song in the background, please.
I don't have that one, but I've got this one's close enough.
That's basically red pill.
Like
That worked.
Bippidoo.
Nice.
But yeah, I gotta need a slide whistle so bad.
That's $5 I ever spent in my life.
I need one of those. And a kazoo. Do they make like a slide whistle kazoo combo? I feel like that must exist.
Then you could do a little Pac-Man. Like...
Right?
You gotta get a mouth harp too, so you get that.
I don't have one. I have a nose whistle, but I don't have a mouth harp.
A nose whistle.
Nose whistle.
Who did you try to impress with a nose whistle?
Well, you're gonna make me get it, aren't you? Okay, hang on a second.
He smokes out of
There's
apples.
a
He's got
story
nose
when someone
whipples.
buys a nose whistle, like like
So this
You
this thing is a
know.
pain to play.
I could imagine.
Here's your nose whistle, right?
Okay.
You
Yeah.
put your nose here. You keep your mouth
Yes.
open. You blow out of your nose, and how you shape your open mouth changes the pitch.
Okay.
So you
Why-
look
why does it
super
say-
cool. You look super cool when you play this. Mustache is really fucking up too.
Yeah. Okay, there it goes. View. Like, you must open your residence chamber.
I just make kind of like sad dying deer noises with it. My wife can play
Sad
it
dying
like
deer
you
noise.
can give her a song, you'd be like "Good, the Bad, and the Ugly," and she can fucking play it on a nose whistle. That's
She's
when I first
probably
fell
like-
in love with her.
She's probably like Zamfir, which is like, and you're like,
Ocarina, I can play that on an ocarina, but not a nose whistle. I'm not.
this is
I'm not
one of those
using it.
times where I wish I had a gong. And I'm just like, brain. like a,
Fuck,
like have a
water.
Charles Nelson Riley with the gong stick, just bang.
Oh, Charles Nelson Riley.
Everybody's got
doing
it.
the same noise. I love that.
No, wait. We could totally do match game. We could absolutely do match game with the chat.
I'll do the music.
Dumb Dora was so dumb, she put her blank in her blank.
Nice.
Wow.
It gets good in a bit.
Well,
they hit the drop.
Well,
You know,
the
She
best
put her
audience
blank
participation
in her
game, of
blank.
course, that we've seen in a while is who are these people? Oh, Callan's moving.
this is
Callan's vibing.
DMCA free, which is
I said,
nice,
we need JB right now.
right?
Oh my goodness.
You, JB, you
For a lean
say?
in. Ha!
Yeah. Why do I not have these in order ever?
I don't.
JB in the lean in. Forehead kisses.
I love the
wanna hear
Mike
that in a
McCrae
haunted house.
giggle in there at the end.
The Jimmy laughing haunted house around Halloween. That what the fuck? I was scared.
If you took his laugh and pitched it down just a little bit, it'd be scary as fuck. It'd be perfect.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh boy.
you were right on that copyright cuss.
Yes.
Right on it. 2
Scandalous.
seconds of that.
Dangerous.
That's all you get. You know?
We hear
Everyone's just
all
gotta
these.
know.
I hear all these sound bits like every day. It's yes. It,
Just do it.
I
That's
just
a great
I have
one.
too many. I have too many.
yes.
I need you
Way
to get
too
Gary
many.
Oldman from End of the Professional. Everyone. I have
Yeah.
Cynic, I have a Jimmy sample. I just have to use it. I got him it was a private stream, but he had Sabby on and he was talking about her theme song and he went doobie doobie doo and I saved the fuck out of it. So I'm gonna have to do
It's
like
the
a
motherfucking
Sabby
Sad
theme
Sad
remix
stream.
and then throw Jimmy on there.
Doobie doobie doo.
Oh my
It's the
God, that's
motherfucking
so
Savvy Sam
great.
stream. Savvy Sabs. That's what I want
Doobie
next.
doobie doo. La da
Yeah,
da
I
da
want
da.
that.
Bum,
You gotta
bum,
redo the whole
bum,
song that
bum,
way.
bum,
You know what I
bum,
need to
bum,
find?
bum, 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 bum,
When
bum.
when Sabby
Yeah, we're
asked
gonna
me
get
to do her
DMCA'd for
theme,
that for sure.
she was like, you could use some of my speech from the Medicare for All speech. So I
Right.
did, and it was great. It was a fucking killer speech. So I took some really profound things she said and I put it over a beat that was fit what she was talking about. And she was like, I really like this. It's just a little bit, more intense than what I wanted. So then the second thing ended up, I was like, well, I heard you say doobie doobie doo while you were firing up the live show. I was like, I might just use that and make something kind of funky. But I have somewhere the like alternate one that didn't get picked that's like Sabby going off. It's literally like, who here can't afford a medical bill when a medical bill shows up? Like it's fired up Sabby over a really good beat. And I need to like see if she'll let me post it one day because people would love it. It's so good. She's very, very sampleable. She's got some great lines from that speech.
Yeah.
I think you should totally do it, man. Just make it, and then what is it? It's easier to get forgiveness than permission. So
Something like that.
She'd love it. She'd love it. She loves you.
I wouldn't go telling the kids that that's great advice to like go around doing, but you're gonna have to ask for forgiveness a lot. Like.
I think that's what they're doing now anyway. They're just like, I'm not gonna ask permission. I'm just gonna do
It's
this
like
shit.
fucking Thor in the first movie. What is this? Coffee? I like it. Like that stuff. Like
Then doobie doobie doo literally just became like a greeting for Tabby. Like literally, like that's how people say hi to her now. It's just
Seriously,
doobie doobie doo.
that's just the best.
It's
Like,
so
it makes me
great.
so happy. I had no idea it was gonna get like that much.
That's
It'd become
like
a thing, the show.
Dave Chappelle for
it's just
years.
it's so perfectly her. It's just it perfectly
Like, this is how
captures her
you had to-
personality.
You had to greet Dave Chappelle if you saw him in the street.
Right.
Like you just had to. Like, you
David
had to be that,
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, I'm rich. Like you just had to scream at that guy. But like I heard he got into some trouble recently too with Netflix. Again.
Again?
Yeah. Like someone was like, you got so upset you made a whole documentary about being upset about it. Like, okay. You watched it, so which one like like you paid to see it.
You know who does a good
Like-
impression of him? Jim Brewer. Does a
Oh,
real
it's
good
so
impression
good
of
too.
Chappelle. It's hilarious.
Like him and who's the Chicago? You went and seen him when he was in DC, Colin.
Godfrey.
Like Godfried, yeah. His Chappelle's
R.I.P.
also pretty
Yeah.
choice. Not that Godfried.
Oh, actual
That's
Godfrey.
Gilbert Gottfried, you mean?
No. Godfrey,
Okay.
not
Yeah.
Godfried.
Gotcha. A little bit of
Yeah.
a crowbar separation there.
Yes, sir. What was it? Godfried started doing like cameos, like not that long ago, like before he
Oh my
passed.
god.
And some of those are the funniest fucking things. This cameo is for me to tell you, the girlfriend of Steve, that Steve is breaking up with you. Like, you know, like it's just that shit. Like fucking Gilbert Gottfried being an asshole.
That's awesome.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, but
there were a lot of people that would get pissed off at his shows. People get sensitive and walk out. Like they would get mad.
I never understood. Like I heard that voice for so long and never put it to a face. And of course the face is his. Like you have to make that face to make that noise. You have to be like, squint the eyes. Like, you know, as hard as you can. He can see nothing. That's why he's angry. Like, anyway. Fucking
If you haven't seen that documentary about him, it was like I think it was made a couple of years before he died. I think it's called Gilbert. It's really it's like it's so good because he's on stage and he's got the squinty face. He's like you know, but then when he's with his wife and his kids, you know, he talks like this. You know, he's almost like a Chuck Schumer. It's very, very calm and sedate, and people don't know. And he talks about his sister and all this. Yeah. It's very good, very good documentaries. If
I remember like the first, I remember like the first show I ever saw him do, like the comedy show. He's like yelling at like one of those plastic flamingos for like 2 minutes, just yelling at it. I'm just like, what the hell is he doing?
They talk about in that documentary how like when he does his comedy, he just did the shit for himself. He didn't really care if people laughed or not. He was just and he was like kind of like Norm Macdonald. He would just go on and on just to fuck the crowd. He would just like go on for as long as he wanted, you know. And it was like, yeah, you know, that's the way you should do it, really. I mean, unless you want to get paid, but he did get paid, so you know. But he was all those roasts
at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
that's what he sounds like at about 3 a.m. He just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. He just doesn't give a shit. Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm just giving him a hard time.
No,
that's right. We can't even see your face because you got a mic filter there in front of your facha there, dude. What's up?
What? I just got to push it back a little, and it's much better.
Hey, there he is.
But I have to like.
How do we miss that?
My dirty desk people need to see.
He was doing a Steve Poikonen before they got the studio. Remember when Steve he was doing it out of like he was staying with somebody. He had a big fucking mic in front of him. All you saw was a hat, and all you heard was hate. And you saw a hat, and that was it.
Like the fucking cigarette man from the X-Files, just fucking.
Well,
you know,
let's fucking talk to fucking Whitney Webb. Yeah, we're like 6 months behind what's going on right now downstream, like electoral politics. Why? Fucking marmot.
We've been telling you this stuff for 3 years. I don't understand why you haven't been listening.
Is this 2019 again?
After I got out of the MK Ultra program, I knew everything. And you see,
and he'll never see
LSD is actually money. You just don't know. Like, you know, like I fucking love Steve to bits. He's just funny as fuck with that. Like, I love it. I love it. Honestly, I feel like he should be in that like Men Who Stare at Goats movie. Like he would be like the sane one of that entire group. Be like, I don't know what these idiots are doing. I'm just here for the mushrooms. Like, you know,
I'm here for
and like
mushrooms.
the free rent. Like, you know,
dude, the night we did our democracy summit, that I did the stream as Cy Oppenheimer, and he was his liberal candidate, Sequoia Moore-White, and we went on Misty's show. And we held it together almost 10 minutes. It was about 9.5 minutes before I finally broke. But man, what a 9 minutes! My God,
it was quite a debate, I must say.
Steve can just riff straight faced.
He can hang, man.
Like he made it a long time.
He can totally be straight, man.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and be hilarious at it at the same time without breaking. I just. That is a real skill because I can't do that. I just my kid did something really funny today, and I had to be like, I want to be mad at her so bad, and I had like angry face, and then finally I just broke. I was like, that was just too funny. I can't. Kid was fucking terrified.
Awesome.
That's why I know I could never
That was
be a parent.
great.
It's because I just be laughing at the stupid shit my kid's doing, and it's like, no, I'm supposed to be teaching you, but this is just too much good comedy.
Yeah, that's
See, I do that all the time, and I get yelled at by my wife constantly, you know. And
You
then
have to
and then
make
the
the
kid
case. I
touches something
think
hot,
the
and
battle's
then I
like,
get
you
in
know what?
trouble.
Objectively, that was hilarious. If you want to fight about it, I'll
I was
die
like,
on this hill.
he's-
Like
he's
this
gotta
was
learn.
funny.
Yep.
I mean, any
Like,
trip
they've
not
got
to
to
the
learn,
hospital,
and
it's
it can be
fine.
funny too.
As long as they don't go to the hospital, you know, it's comedy gold. That's the way I look at it. So, we're coming up on midnight here on the East Coast. I think probably should probably
Yeah,
wrap
I'm ready
things
to
up here.
punch out.
Yeah, me
Ready to
too.
wrap her up. We want to go around the horn here, see what everybody's doing. Miss Jimmy, you want to start us off, ladies first?
Yeah, I just got the news this week, and then I will be on your show this Friday for the secret show. And that's pretty much all I
Newsy
have.
news.
Yeah.
Newsy news. That's right. Jesse, since you're one of the top squares,
All right. American Tradition Tuesday night. We're gonna be doing like a listening party for the first disc of the Grift. So we're gonna be
Can't
playing
wait.
that fucker front to back and kind of deep diving on every little thing there is to divulge all the Easter eggs, any little fun facts and shit. And yeah, it's gonna be super fun.
Right on. Mr. Colin, what about you, sir?
Traveling this week, so I'm taking the week off.
Slacker. Swear to God. The work never ends, Colin.
Yeti, I think Yeti's taking over on INN News on for him on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Canadian?
All right.
Ew. All right. I guess it's better than nothing.
I feel like we should be able to vote on that. That's
Those people.
Blame
Indy.
Canada.
Indy, I know you got a lot of shit going on. What's up with you, brother?
Oh boy. Well, no, for me, it's just really Tuesday night. I'm going to be on with Jesse. I can't wait to do that. I've actually not downloaded or listened to the Grift or the Grift Home Companion yet, because I want to experience it live and have him explain it all to me and do all that.
Nice.
Tomorrow we've got Tara Reid having an interview with Kit Clarenberg. He's an independent journalist, an investigative guy, done some really killer stories lately with the Gray Zone and a bunch of other big publications. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Wednesday, we got INN News. Thursday, Extra Booyah. Friday, we got Reefer After Dark. I think maybe, hopefully, Saturday night. Also Thursday night after Extra Booyah, we're gonna run a replay of Tommy Nation Politics. That I believe is going to run at 10 p.m. Thursday night Eastern.
Nice.
So definitely check that out too. And I think Jesse said that he was going to be on Tommy Nation coming up on an upcoming Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday night, we go live with Tara and Jesse, so we're going to rerun Tommy Nation on Thursday nights for everyone. But definitely, yeah, download the Grift at Bandcamp. Also hook up Big Mad Crab. Hook up everyone, man. Tara Reid .substack.com. You can go support her there, or at her Rockfin, or at her Patreon or PayPal. Like literally, there's so many ways to help out, and everybody could really use the help right now. It's I know it's tough out there. I know there's a lot of people struggling, and we really appreciate everything everybody does to support our work out there, because we love doing this and we want to keep doing it. So appreciate everyone. Shadow Band, Orale, thank you for the super chats tonight. Thank you, Anna Mayers. Wow, that was huge. Appreciate that too.
Thank you. For
love you guys.
Just like that. Chris,
Yeah.
Chris Legion.
Are you back to work?
What's up?
What do you got going on, brother?
What do I got? I'll be streaming on Twitch these next 2 weeks because I've been banned off of YouTube. So
that's right.
Showed a video on K Hive and Blinken lying. So got same was it misinformation? So that will be I'll be on Twitch and pretty much streaming everywhere everywhere else I can, and that's pretty much it. That's all I got.
And you also dropped an
album.
What's that?
Well,
Yeah,
so
I dropped an album.
Yeah, you dropped an album recently, right?
Yeah, I dropped an album. You can find it on Audio Mac. It's called The Countdown. So you can find it on. I think I also put it on Bandcamp as well, and it's also on SoundCloud. So you can go check that out. The countdown. So that's it. Really, I mean, just been hanging and getting my live stream going. So I just started it up. So see how it goes.
Cool.
Yeah,
Chris, we gotta get you into Iron and Rockfin.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to wean myself off of YouTube. I mean, if I can go exclusively out of YouTube, I'll be happy. So
yeah,
trying to do that. You know, I'm still gonna be on YouTube. I'll probably upload videos, but I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming off YouTube for too much longer. You know.
Yeah.
Reef, good
Fair.
sir.
Yeah.
What about you, brother?
Yes, sir. I've got. I think we said Tara Monday, right? Indy mentioned that. Otherwise, Reefer After Dark on Friday. I want to try to reach out to Robbie Yeager's stoner cousin Kyle Yeager. I found him on Twitter, so I want to try to get him on and ask him some marijuana disease questions. Because we tend to read his articles frequently on our show. So but otherwise you can find my new like Joe Biden fan blog at Biden 330303300. And you know, the thing was open, the URL, so I just decided to snag that up before this next election. But you know, now it's just gonna be like 40440, right? Like they just do the next one.
That's the sequel.
It's gotta be that. Yeah.
The re-Bidening.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything else.
INN News Wednesday, you didn't drop that one too.
That
with
too.
Yeti. And
that as well
who
with
else?
Yeti.
Anyone else?
So,
anyone else
I
going to
don't
be
know
joining
yet.
you too?
Maybe
Maybe
We'll
me,
see.
because I didn't do a show this week, so we'll see.
Sure, I'm down for that.
Although I can't prep Tuesday night because we're doing a listening party, but maybe later.
I'd also let Warren and Jimmy come on anytime whenever they have a Wednesday free. So do a double news. Yeah.
You've had too many important people on that Wednesday show. That's why I've been hanging back, because I wanted to. I'm more like the
Warren, you're important, brother.
I'm more the C-level celebrity of this little family. So I like to think of myself as the Bruce Campbell of INN. Not really a superstar, but my name, that kind of thing. So yeah. So
yeah,
he was good on Burn Notice.
He was. I've never seen that show, but I've heard good things. But so Wednesday, me and Jimmy doing the news on Kerberos, 1 p.m. Eastern. Then I will have Extra Bulla live Thursday night. Not quite sure who's going to be on. Haven't set up a guest yet, but had last couple of weeks have been great with Delilah Barrios and Kira Elliott from Hardlands Media. Two great ladies, two great shows. We had a blast doing those. Friday night we'll do the secret show at midnight. Me and Miss Jimmy gonna do that one, and then Saturday night I believe I'm gonna be on the Political Matrix with Marcus and Chris. It's gonna be fun. Looking forward to always have a good time with those guys. Always a good time. And then right after that, another secret show to round out the week. So make sure everybody, if you haven't done so already, check out indienews.network. You can find all our links. What's the link tree?
Yeah, it's like meet the members. Yeah, it's indienews.network.
Yeah, indienews.network.
Find,
That's right.
Okay.
You can find all the links to all the members who aren't here right now. Make sure to give them a follow.
Yeah, and big shout out
and
to I was gonna say big shout out to Noli D and Crab and Yeti for coming on tonight too. It was a blast talking to those crazy people, and they are crazy. They're good time crazy. There's two kinds of crazy, folks. There's good time crazy, and there's what the fuck's wrong with you crazy. Those guys, there's probably I would say those guys and gals probably 95% good time crazy. Man, a little pinch of what the fuck's wrong with you, but we all got a little piece. That's all right. As long as we, as long as we don't show it in public, everything is good. So, yeah, this was fun. So I think we should probably do this again sometime. Not so much as a filler show, for you slackers. We may actually do this during the week, just like it's Rando Roundtable, so we could do it at random times, right? You know, just shoot the shit, hang out, right? You know, here on the Enterprise, you know, we got replicators. We'll make snacks for you. It's good.
I love snacks.
By the way, extra rerunning like Saturday nights, right? That's what you've been doing with your stuff on INN. So tell people that if they want to check out extra and they don't get to see it on Thursday night on yours, they can actually watch a replay of the live stream about 7 o'clock Saturday nights.
Yeah, we do it. We do it on all the INN platforms on Saturday nights, usually around 7 o'clock before all the fun stuff later happens. So it's a good Saturday night of entertainment, we like to say. So, but I want to thank all y'all
palate cleanser.
Exactly. I just want to thank all y'all for agreeing to do this today. I know it was kind of almost a last minute thing, even though we came up with it this afternoon. I think it was a good time. Everybody get some laughs out, you know, get some of that. There's too much bullshit going on in the world as it is, and it's just good to just sit around, just shoot the shit and talk about other things at times too, you know, kind of take your mind off of stuff too. So, and I hope everybody in the chats and people who are watching this later, I hope they enjoy it too. So,
and thanks for bailing me out, Warren, so I didn't have to do a show tonight. So thank you.
Well, technically you did, but you just didn't have to do any work, which is great. That's why I like being guests on shows. You just show up, talk, and then you ain't got to do shit. So it's great.
Yeah, the best.
All day
and
long.
you have a fun time too. So I love all of y'all. I love all y'all in the chat. Thank you everybody on Rockfin. Thank you on YouTube and all the other platforms we're watching. We had a blast. We're going to do this again soon. So have a great night. What's that?
Labels are bad. Stay independent.
Your nipples.
That's
Labels
right.
are bad. Stay independent.
Wash your ass. Drain your nipples if you're
Don't
a
do
man.
drugs unless you're just bored.
Drive safe.
And do the right amount.
We'll see y'all
Good night,
in hell.
everyone.